the clock ending number from one of my all-time favorite musicals. It's sort of from the newish canon of musical theater. It's from the musical Ragtime. And if you don't know that show, it really is a great cross-section of the beginning of the incredible integration of America as the established, white culture was there in the Northeast, all protected and sort of by itself and completely segregated. And then, of course, the wonderful African-American culture through music and business started to have a middle class and really started to come up, as well as the immigrants coming in, my family, from Europe and Eastern Europe overseas through Ellis Island. And it was this kind of cross-section and meeting of all these different cultures and learning how to work together in this new America starting at the beginning of the last century. And this song, I think, really reflects so much of what's happening right now in the world. I feel like so much of society right now is really speaking out, making their voices heard, making a difference, and really butting up against some of the things that have been happening in this country over the last couple of years. And I think it's really about spreading the message, speaking your hearts to each other, passing that on, and make sure others speak their hearts and continue the speaking chain. Make them hear you. And one way we can all do that, and of course November, is vote. So make them hear you. So this is from Ragtime. Go out and tell our story. Let it echo far and wide. Make them hear you. Make them hear you. How justice was our battle, and how justice was denied. Make them hear you. Make them hear you. And say to those who blame us for the way we chose to fight, that sometimes there are battles which are more than black or white. And I could not put down my sword when justice was my right. Make them hear you. Make them hear you. Go out and tell our story to your daughters and your sons. Make them hear you. Make them hear you. And tell them in our struggle we were not the only ones. Make them hear you. Make them hear you. Your sword can be the sermon or the power of the pen. Teach every child to raise his voice, and then, my brothers, then will justice be demanded by 10 million righteous men. Make them hear you. When they hear